Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So we got to talk about the All-Star Game reserves because people are not happy. People are kind of losing their minds, actually, on Twitter. Shams put out the All-Star reserves. So I'm just going to say this. The All-Star reserves for the West are Ja Morant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Damian Lillard, Jaren Jackson Jr., Sabonis, Lauri Markkanen, and Paul George. Okay, Domantas Sabonis made it over De'Aaron Fox. The All-Star reserves for the East are Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, Julius Randle, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, and Tyrese Halliburton. Now, there's only a handful of guys on this list that I'm like, they probably shouldn't have made it. One of them is, I can't even say they shouldn't have made it. They're just guys that I didn't want to see. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is maybe the only one. Tyrese Halliburton I thought was going to make it. Sabonis I thought was going to make it. And, like, there are people out here making arguments that, like, that are just fucking stupid. Like, people have been saying things like, for example, Legend of Winning hosted a Twitter Spaces on Twitter. And I went and sat in there for 30 minutes. Everybody's talking about teams' win-loss records. Teams' win-loss record. Listen, man. I don't know if you've been living under a rock since fucking inception. Okay, with the NBA, but it has happened every fucking year that the NBA has been in existence, that players who are on bad teams make the All-Star game. Karl Anthony Towns has made the All-Star game, I think, 3 or 4 times, and his team, every year he made it, has never once, I think, had a winning record, okay? And even Michael Jordan, like when Michael Jordan got into the league, he made the All-Star game, and his team didn't have a winning record for years. So it's just the idea, they usually pick whatever players are most impactful. And people are acting like this is the end of the world. Like, these teams are really bad. You know how, like, every year it's, like, East versus West, and players pick before the game, like weeks before the game, and we already know what team's going to win and what team's going to lose? This year, we won't know until right before the game. Like, that's the thing about this that I don't think people understand. Everyone's saying this is the end of the world. We could see a team of Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron James, Giannis, and Jokic on the same team. Or Joel Embiid, you know what I'm saying? Or Luka Doncic and Tyrese Halliburton and who else? Jason Tatum and, LeBron or something like just some, like, your imagination can fucking run wild this year in the NBA All-Star game. And, like, people are acting like these are the rosters. Like, people are like, oh, like, East is gonna beat the West this year, West is gonna beat the East. We literally will not know until, like, right before tip-off what the teams are gonna be. So, like, when I see the reserves, I'm not as super pissed off as everyone else is. Like, Domantas Sabonis, like, playing with like Halliburton, like we could literally get that. Like, people don't, we could literally get that. Halliburton and Sabonis playing together. Okay? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, DeMar DeRozan playing with LeBron. Okay? Paul George, like, can you imagine Paul George, Sabonis, and Halliburton playing together as a Pacers fan? That's a legitimate possibility this year. Like, the possibilities here are fucking endless. And people are bitching about these things. Like, Joel Embiid could play with LeBron and Damian Lillard this year. Like, I'm sorry, this is not going to be what people think it is. People look at these reserves and are like, oh yeah, these are bad reserves. Like, there's a reason Paul George got chosen. There's a reason Drew Holiday got chosen. There's a reason Jaren Jackson Jr. got chosen. It's for defense. They're trying to make the All-Star game more competitive. That has been their goal for the past 2 or 3 years, has it not? They've increased incentives for players to actually play defense. Okay, they've increased the money amount you win for the winning team. They are trying all they can to make it more competitive. In fact, they're trying so hard to make it more competitive that they are now letting the team captains choose their teams before the game starts, right before it. So, all I'm saying is this is not going to be the disaster that people seem to think it is. Okay? Like, honestly, we could see LeBron, Paul George, and DeRozan all play together. Okay? And I get it. Yeah, people say Anthony Davis should have made it. And, yeah, I can see the argument, but he only played 28 games. Okay? People saying Trae Young should have made it. Trae Young is playing fucking horrible this year. Efficiency-wise, he's horrible. Yeah, he's averaging 27 and 10 a game, but he's shooting 42% from the field, 32% from the three-point line, and averaging like almost 4.5 turnovers a game. I mean, and his team is not winning. Like, we know why Trae Young didn't make it. Why did Sabonis make it over De'Aaron Fox? Because Sabonis has impacted winning for the Kings way more than De'Aaron Fox ever has. Okay? Why did Tyrese Halliburton make it? Because he has impacted winning on the Pacers way more than anyone else has. Okay? And like, people are saying, like, why did Jalen Brunson not make it, but Tyrese Halliburton did? Or people are saying, like, Jalen Brunson should have made it, but Tyrese Halliburton shouldn't have. Well, they have, like, damn near identical stats. Okay? And to be fair, the reason Julius Randle made it and Jalen Brunson didn't is because you can't have teams of you can't have a shit ton of guards in the All-Star game. You just can't. Every single player I've heard people bring up as to why they made it or why someone made it and someone else didn't make it is they're all guards. De'Aaron Fox, James Harden, Jalen Brunson. Everyone's bringing up guards. You can't have an All-Star game full of just guard players. You can't. That's why Julius Randle made it. That's why Sabonis made it. Okay? That's why DeMar DeRozan made it. So, I don't think this is going to be as bad as people think. Paul George is fun to watch. Halliburton's fun to watch. Sabonis is like baby Jokic. We're probably going to see Jokic and Sabonis go head to head. Okay? Like, Ja Morant could be playing on the East this year for all we know. Like, we could see Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, and Joel Embiid play together. Or Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Jokic. Or even Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Jokic. So, like, I'm just saying, people need to calm down, okay? This All-Star game is gonna be fun, okay? Put our pride away a little bit. Stop being dramatic. I get it. Nobody wants to see Lauri Markkanen. I get it. Nobody wants to see Drew Holiday or DeMar DeRozan or Jaren Jackson Jr. I get it. Even Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, some people don't want to see, even though he's averaging 30 a game. It's just the idea, man. Like, just let it go. Let it be. Okay, I think we're going to be fine. I think this might, to be honest with you, people are bitching about it, but I think this is probably going to be one of the most entertaining All-Star games you have seen in a while. Okay? The win-loss record thing is stupid. I don't know why people are arguing that. Like, the Warriors were the 10th seed when All-Star game voting started. And Curry, if the Warriors were a top 3 seed in the West right now, Curry would be in the MVP conversation. And he's a starter for the West. I don't see anybody bitching about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Stephen Curry. So, all I'm saying is the arguments I've heard are incredibly stupid. Okay? Like, they're not educated. They're not well-educated explanations for why people are bitching about these things. The win-loss record thing is stupid. The popularity thing is stupid. Like, like every year they pretty much put somebody who's like the defensive player of the year guy in the All-Star game. Like, that's been a continual thing for a while now, Like, Draymond Green made it 4 times. Does anybody like watching Draymond Green? Nobody impacts winning. That's why we saw him. Same thing with Rudy Gobert, okay? Rudy Gobert's a guy that's like, yeah, he's not super fun to watch, but, he's a damn good defensive center. Like, they're trying to make the All-Star game more competitive, which is why certain guys made it and certain guys didn't. And you know what? Next year, you're probably going to see Anthony Edwards will probably make it. They try to give certain guys who've never been there before a nod, okay? And this year, it was Jaren Jackson Jr. and Lauri Markkanen and even DeMar DeRozan to an extent. Even though DeMar DeRozan scoring 26 points a game, but, whatever. People think he sucks. So, like, I get it. People get tired of seeing DeMar DeRozan in the All-Star game at this point. I think he's made it how many times? Like, they have a losing record, but he's been balling. DeMar DeRozan is a 5-time All-Star. So, I get it. I understand why people are upset with it, but I think they're just being dramatic. So, tell me what you guys think about it down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the All-Star reserves down below in the comment section below. Do you guys think some guys should have made it and some guys shouldn't have? I think it's going to be exciting. Only because I really think there's a real possibility that we get to see Tyrese Halliburton and Paul George play together and maybe Sabonis. Like, for me as a Pacers fan, that's fucking exciting. Like, I'm actually super excited for this because if Halliburton gets to play with Paul George, maybe we get Paul George back to Indy? No, I'm kidding. But you never know. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't like to say anything's impossible, but Pacers could really use Paul George right about now. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it for that reason only. Like for that reason, the idea I get to see 3 Pacers players or 3 former Pacer players, 1 current and 2 former play together, or potentially play together. That's exciting for me. So you guys cannot watch it, but I definitely fucking am. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. I'm the Fast Break Report, and out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.